Hello folks, Brew here with you again. Another modern match. There are a few left, including this one. This time around it's Affinity versus Eldrazi Tron. I know you may think that we've been testing Tron and Death Shadow quite a bit, but these are one of the top dogs, and we've been basically focusing on testing those decks through the gauntlet, so that's why you see a lot of that. And even if you test some modern decks, you pretty much have to go through top dogs like that. I think Affinity in the current meta game could be included into that top tier because, well, it's doing relatively well against the most popular matchups. Well, I mean decks like Shadow and what else? It's okay-ish against Tron, but I think that unless Affinity hits like super insane draws, the Tron deck is favorite. So on average, I think the matchup is slightly favorable for Tron, especially post sideboard. Chalice is a big part of this thing. You have instant removal. Well, your Oasis doesn't really do anything. The Karn could be slow at times, but then basically one of the you know um, arguments for playing Wretches in the main is this matchup. So yeah, that's a thing, and yeah, we definitely had a pretty nice evening with all these playtests with the teammates for pretty much the whole evening. Yep. Um, and we do love Legacy, hence the playmats, because we both been at those GPs. And yeah, when you play Eldrazi Tron, it kind of feels like playing Legacy a little bit, maybe because I've played Eldrazi's in Legacy for quite some time, and I like really like how it feels playing that deck. Just fast aggro with a lot of very good hate cards for different matchups. I think some of the cards in my deck are functional proxies still there during that session. Like, for example, Olamog is a second card, stuff like this. There's a chance that, by the way, we're testing this after sideboard. Well, we would notice that rather quickly. But there is a chance that, oh yeah, there's a chance that I forgot, basically neglected the proxies and just testing it the way it is. His turn war is pretty good. Citadel into Ornithopter plus Scourge, that's pretty good. I start off with a Tron piece into maps, so that's probably also a pretty damn good start. You don't have that many 1-drops in the deck. Now he has Blink Moth as well. Yeah. Chalice on 0 is actually a thing in this matchup. Top tier Memnai, Mox Opal, but 1 or 2 is much better. I'd say 2 is probably the best because of Ravager, cranial plating, that sort of thing. Yeah. Citron PCs, so I can, just proc the map for turn 3 Tron. But I kind of felt like that can wait, and I'd rather slow him down a little bit with the ballista, snapping away the Steel Overseer before things get kinda tricky and annoying. Here's a plating, turn 3, for Scourge. That's pretty big hit here. Things are not that bad just yet, but a few good draws and I might be in trouble. Actually hit the Natural Tron here. I'm not sure if I had it in my hand. Maybe that's why I went for Ballista turn 2. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe I just top decked it. It's not like I wouldn't play map turn 1 anyway. Especially because Chalice in 1 is a thing in this matchup. I have 7 mana now, so using it all here. Thought-Knots here into Reshaper. I'm seeing another Scourge in Master of Ethereum, which bites the dust here with Thought-Knots here. He already has Scourge in play, so taking another Scourge is not relevant. And second plating, which is a big deal here now. I really want to hit like a Dismember, while my left turtle actually allows that. Yeah, taking quite a bit of damage here. I have Endbringer, but it's probably a bit too late unless I draw something right now. It doesn't look like I do. I know, I actually can... I have a land, 8 mana, and the Noggin, and Scourge is black. But then again, I'm at 3. He can just put the platings on the Ornithopter and just kill me. Yeah. Okay, I think I just had an option of actually casting Endbringer the turn before. Because, then I had a follow-up in Ugin, so I would be able to nuke away the Nesta. But now I wouldn't be in such an awkward spot here. I have so 8 for Ugin, but it doesn't really help if I just shoot down Scourge. That doesn't help. Yeah, it would have helped to -3 it if I had an Endbringer turn before. Then not only I'll be able to shoot down the Scourge this turn, but then on his turn I'd be able to say, let's say our Ornithopter doesn't attack or something like this, and he doesn't have mana for Nexus stuff going on. Yeah, so this is what I'm basically explaining to him here on camera in the silent mode because of the edit. Yeah, really awkward spot. But I don't know, I should have thought of few turns ahead if I didn't draw anything ridiculous. Then probably yeah, messed it up a little bit. Yeah, that could be a siding, yeah, because we didn't have all the time in the world and we wanted to play test a lot of matchups. We had like 7 decks in the gauntlet that day, or something like that, or 6. So color is pretty good, because yeah, there is Ink Moth, but it's still alright. Obviously Ratchet Bomb, Veil is actually alright. There are a lot of targets for it. Not that many sorceries, but it's like just a removal that does something beyond that sometimes when you need it to. Yeah, needle for a lot of things, basically. Uh, Seems like I still had spatial contortion in my deck. I mean, in my sideboard. That day, I'm not sure what's the what I did not put into the sideboard to fit in the spatials. Yeah, Karn is just slow, and so is again. Reshaper is not great. Um, I'm not sure I like taking out color and not siding extra in. I think keeping one in is actually smart. I took out at least one Mind Stone, it seems. I think it's reasonable to take out both, just because uh, oftentimes that put Chalice in 2, and then Wretched Bomb to 2 to get rid of all of his dangerous like 2 drops. But on the other hand, Mind Stone enables basically Chalice on 2 for turn 3 without Tron. Yeah. But then again, I don't have any of the big drops left in the deck after sideboard, so I don't need the ramp like that badly. The matchup is pretty darn fast most of the time. I expect him to just get some artifact hate or needles of his own. Maybe not needle, but I do expect to see a grudge or something coming in. I don't know if he has DK in that sideboard. So yeah, he boards some grudges and some discard, it seems. Um, that's basically what I expect him to do. And I'll be a side out as edge champion because, well, all my stuff is carless, so I can safely block it. Um, and it's gonna trade with whatever. Master, I guess, is not amazing in this matchup. Doesn't give enough push. So basically, I just need to draw some land, some early removal, and then I should be okay. That's basically the plan for most of the decks. Yeah, and don't be surprised if I flip cards towards my opponent. Um, I don't know, I kind of like feel comfortable that way. Blunt into Cavern that now isn't in the deck anymore because, well, doesn't seem like Grixis control or Jeskai is that good in the format right now. You still have Grixis Death Shadow builds, but that one doesn't run that many counters. And they're situationals and mostly for spells. I mean, non-creatures. Scourge comes in. Let's see what he has for turn 2. Overseer. Okay. Well, I did not use up the Ballista for just the Scourge because, well, uh, I can take some of that damage. But now I think I found a good target. Yeah, that's just kind of like Burst a Gift like Alter Ghost Quarter from Dissension foil. I love like when there's presents from Magic Friends are actually usable and constructed. It's really great. I mean, getting commander falls is like also nice, but I'm not big on that. But I do play all the official like tournament constructed formats. I mean, so yeah, I attacked with ballista. Obviously, he did not block, just to just well, it didn't matter all that much. And then post combat, I think I shut down the overseer and replaced ballista basically. I think I have some contortion in my hand, a smasher at least. I did not miss lands, but I don't think I have another land in my hand. That's the problem. Uh, so he should have attacked first, I think. Yeah, definitely. Attacked, and I take out the Scourge. Probably. Then he actually has. Then he still has the Blast up. Because, well, there is a pretty good chance that I actually don't use up. I mean, I do use up Ballista on the Scourge here in attacks. Just to, keep the board up. And then if I didn't block, then, I mean, didn't shoot it down, then maybe blast it. Yeah, there was a high chance that he would still have a Gale Blast in his hand. So yeah, Contortion, 8 and Overseer. I wish I had it now, but I had to keep up the tempo. Seer takes out, what, Scourge? I think that's a Scourge. Can't see it clearly, but well, it's not a land anyway. And I think that was his last card. He lost the Glimmer Ward, by the way, in the process. Because he didn't, play it carefully. Okay, Inkmuff willing to get in for some poison counters. He has Bankmuff, so he doesn't even have to feed anything to Ravager. He can just, start it slow with just like 2 poison. Right. There's no reason not to attack with the Thought-Knusser here, I think. He can't now, well, he stepped out to grow the Ravager that big. And he's not gonna attack me on the ground that much. Got a Ballista on 2, but it's not gonna be that great because of the Ravager, of course. Decided not to nuke anything because, well, using it straight away doesn't really accomplish anything. Like, I can't get rid of Ravager. Well, I will be able to maybe force him to, eat up top tier and Citadel. But then Ravager wouldn't die or anything. If he would have eaten both of those. So yeah. And then Ravager will still be there, and then he'd be able to untap and keep mana up to animate something to put the counters on. So no matter what he does here, I expect just a couple more poison counters coming my way here. Although, actually now it's kind of tricky. Because it doesn't look like he drew a land, So it doesn't make much sense for him to pump the Inkmoth with the blink key here, and I think he sees it. That's why he, before damage, is gonna eat the Citadel to Ravager. And now I think I can start getting tricky myself. So in response to eating Citadel, I'm trying to ping Ravager away. So in response to that, he eats a top tier Ravager, then I respond with another ping. Now he can actually, he could have activated Blinky and at least activate it so that he would have something to put counters on. I don't know, or have like 2 counters on this, but I guess 1 counter on the Inky is fine. I guess he just, why is it 2? Oh yeah, because it's a what was that? No, I'm missing something. Why is it 2 counters? Seems correct here, but I'm missing something because I did respond to everything. So should be just 1 of the Ravager on the Nexus. I'm at 5 poison, but without the plating it's not that threatening, but on the other hand then it's 2 attacks. But yeah, I had a Ghost Quarter. Okay. One of the reasons to actually play 4 Ghost Quarters is all the Nexus from Affinity. And this is why I might just, in spite of actually taking out cover for land destruction land, it might be just 1 tick edge and not 2. I don't think I want to cut any Ghost Quarters. It's better to have those in the mirror and against Affinity and against against Valakut. It's probably better to have Tech Edge and against Control, against the Manlands. But then again, against Green Tron decks, then I think Quarter is better because it's just it's gonna do stuff on time. Dismember takes out his Overseer, Visioning with the footnotes here. Ratchet is at 1, and I don't think he can get out of this. His draws haven't been spectacular, but I wouldn't say they were particularly terrible either. I think I just drew well. I think his draws were just average and mine were actually pretty solid for this kind of matchup. Yeah, the quarter there was just really, really good. But yeah, I'll have to review Moto meta for Modern to see if 1 Tech Edge is better than the Cavern, especially with Crucible in the side. Yeah, he's scooping it up because, he can't really stop Seer, and he doesn't really have good offensive. Yeah, so I'd have pretty good follow-ups in the coming 2 turns. Yeah, and by the way, Tech Edge probably wouldn't have saved me this game. Yep. So none of the edges will replace the quarters, any of the quarters. Um, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, looking at this now, I'm pretty sure I didn't decide correctly. Well, not entirely correctly. At least I think color is good. Because the deck doesn't really have that many flyers, then you'll have to rely on removal and ghost quarters to not die too quickly. And color just puts you out of range. Of course, there is like poison counters and infect and stuff, but that's another story. On the other hand, depending on the sideboard, maybe there isn't space for keeping or bringing in the basilisk color. Because actually, right now, in many builds, the colors are sideboard material, but I was thinking of this actually playing them the main deck. But while online there's a lot of burn, for example, I do not expect that much of it at Copenhagen GP, so that's a consideration. So yeah, moving on. And obviously, a couple of ratchets instead of main deck Mindstones definitely uh, do help for this matchup. But I'm not sure which way I want to do it. I really do like what Mindstone does for this deck. So here's just a mine. His turn one wasn't amazing either. And by the way, just because of the chalice and ratchets, it's actually smart if you want to play Affinity to go real Affinity. I mean, Frogmite and what is it? Frogmite and the 7-drop Near Enforcer. Yeah. Here's a challenge for 1 on turn 2, and I even had a Dismember turn 1 to actually minimize the damage from Ravager. Huh? I guess I just realized that maybe Chalice turn 2 on 1 wasn't real good. Okay, that's interesting. Oh yeah, okay. So that's a bit cheaty, but I swapped it to Manstone for my turn 2 before he actually did anything in his turn 3. So it's kind of fair. And this is not a tournament match anyway, so finding and testing proper proper actions and decisions is what matters here, obviously. Just attacking for 1, that's okay. Overseer is a little bit annoying, but not too much. Well, he saw Chalice, that's why he just cast it now. I don't. I think he wouldn't necessarily cast it now if he didn't know about the Chalice in hand. But I have a Ratchet in hand as well, so that's kinda weird. Um, yeah, but oh, yeah, that actually plays out better. That actually plays out better because now, if he draws plating, it's not that bad, and I'd rather have the ratchets on 2 and well on 1. I mean 0. What? Yeah. So I can crack one for 0 and then probably uptick and then later crack the second one for 2. By that time I probably would have enough mana to, um, eat a mana stone, still have enough left to cast anything significant. Don't have Tron, but yeah, I don't have it. I think it's a mine, but it's a third mine. It's a third mine. Still Ratchets in play. I think that's a grudge in his hand. Here's an attack. Just with the top tier, obviously. It does have 4 mana in play. I actually kind of feel like he should have activated maybe Inkmoth. Okay, he just activates Inkmoth. Right. Now activates Overseer, basically forcing me to use up the bomb now to not take extra damage. He does have a grudge in hand, but maybe he would rather want to spare it for Chalice, but then I'd probably cast Chalice onto basically nullifying grudge as a thing. Yeah, for situations like this, I actually like Abrupt Decay in Affinity. But it's kinda tough to cast because, okay, you have Glimmer Void and sometimes Drums, but then, you know, uh, you normally just have a basic Mountain in the deck to cast Gallblast and Whip Flare, and the our Sideboard text. Okay, so animated both Naxos and cast Overseer. Ghost Quarter takes out the Naxos that's not summoned and sick. Still has Overseer on board, but I have a Chalice on too, so he can't just go Plating or Ravager on me. So that's good. Cashing in the Manstone to try to dig for Tron so that I actually have enough mana to operate. I think I just top deck either from turn card or from the Mindstone, the footnotes here, which takes out what? Didn't quite catch it. I think it's either Plating or Ravager. Right, but he can still, you know, animate Inkmoth, pump it with Overseer and Blinky. I'm sitting with just 2 lands in hand, none of which complete the Tron. So I'm in a very rough spot here. I need some action. Ghost Quarter would be good, some removal would be good. Contortion actually doesn't quite do it now because this Inky is at 3, so he can respond with Overseer or with Blink Moth at any time, basically. So I'm at 4 poison already. More lands that don't really do anything. Another Fortnuts here that can, maybe do stuff. Okay, well, here's a Plating that he will be countered from the Chalice, but, well, it's only target. Overseer is a 3 counter, so it's a 4/4 already, but he's probably just gonna rather, um, activate it to pump up the next side, or rather one nexus in this case. I guess I just had a camera. Oh, okay, it was just a camera lag. Sorry for that, but it was a short one, so I hope that wasn't too bad. Otherwise, I'd probably edit it and you wouldn't even notice anything. Uh, that actually doesn't work. That still doesn't work. He can do that, but that wouldn't do anything. Um, we could have rewinded that, but I don't think it matters. Yeah, extending my hands and like kind of asking like what just happened. Even if you flashback grudge for 1, it's still gonna get countered by a chalice for 2. Okay, same story. But is this lethal? No, that puts me to 9 poison, I think. If he pumps it with the blinking. See, I'm at 9 poison. Okay, and here's a signal pest. That would have been good last turn, because then he'd be able to actually have lethal now. But in this position I could draw some outs. Like, even the map isn't out at this point, because map gets a quarter. I think I just have a land and a what? A land and... yeah, I don't think actually Tron would have helped this game. I didn't have a ballista or something. Wait, what? Ah, okay. I did draw a ballista, but because no Tron for so long, it's not gonna be enough. The Inky is already a 4, so it's gonna be 5 toughness, well 6 toughness, so yeah, no way to shoot it down. I guess it just happens, and of course top deck is the missing plant for the Tron, as always. That's how magic works. But I'm gonna try not to get too salty here, because that was a past match, and well, it was close. I would say it was close. It was definitely close. We're siding out here because shifting towards another matchup, and you can just review our sideboard once again. Probably remember my side plan for this matchup already. His was like what? 1 sees, 2 grudges, something. So yeah, Veils, Ratchets, Metal. Contortions, of course, but I am kind of dissatisfied with contortions. There's just not enough good matchups for it. It doesn't like kill stuff well enough. So 2 grudges, 2 Thoughtseize it seems, and 2 Spellskites. I'm not sure I get Spellskites, but well, yeah, it cannot prevent Ghost Quarters at least, so that's good. I think it cannot, because like target land, yeah. It's not about an artifact. But it does prevent dismembers at least, I guess. Yeah, I'm not really happy. Outside of smashers that I take out, so it doesn't really block anything. Yeah, it just doesn't matter. It's not a matchup for Karn or Ugin either. Okay, he said an Pia's Revolution, and what did he take out? He Edge Champions, and then just trimmed down a few things, like currency and some other stuff, it seems. Um, yeah, that's basically it. I think we both sideboarded a little bit. I'm not sure. I think my boarding was more or less correct. Um, but I'm not using this complete stock list here. There's a chance I might want Crucible in this matchup actually, because he does have like 2 playsets of Naxai, so that's important. I guess the only major argument is that it's just a very slow plan, but then again I have like so many things to slow him down, and just making sure that I never die to his Manlands is good, and then maybe that eventually I can just cut him off like pretty much all mana or something. Anyways, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Until the next sale, goodbye folks.